I recently shared a video showing how I created a modern privacy screen for our AC unit to see if we could save some money by DIYing it instead of purchasing one of those online kits. So today we're going to go through the receipts and we're going to add this up and see if we actually saved any money in this process. I also want to show you guys a few things that I left out of the previous video, but I will also link the previous video, I think up here or up here, wherever it goes, somewhere. I will link it in case you have not seen that one. It is very detailed as far as how to build a fence like this. But let's get into those receipts. First, let's talk about some of the kits available online and why I thought DIY was the best way to go. I should first tell you that I started planning this project about a year ago. Prices were much higher back then. Most of them were more than $150 for just the 2 panels. I just did not want to spend that much, and I felt pretty certain that I could build it on my own for so much cheaper. But if we are going to give this a fair evaluation, we need to go off of current prices. So let's take a look at some of these kits that are currently available. Now, one thing I love is the look of metal with various wood. So I knew I wanted some black metal somewhere, even if it was just accents. I evaluated several options and ultimately decided my best bet would be to use 4x4 posts. Originally, this was because we already had some on hand, but by the time I got ready to do this project, Art told me he had already used those posts elsewhere. So off to Lowe's we went to purchase new posts. I knew I wanted to do 4 foot tall on my posts so that it could create a nice visual at the end of the south garden and help me hide some of the junk that gets stacked up out there. Since these come in 8-foot lengths, we just needed 2, and then we cut them in half so that we would have the 3 posts that we needed plus 1 extra, which I'm sure we're going to find some use for very soon. Once I had my 4x4 posts, I needed to figure out how I was going to anchor them in the ground. I thought about using concrete, but then decided I really didn't want to have to mess with that. So instead, I found these on Amazon, and I will include a link in the description. Of course, I only needed 3 of them, so I've got a spare now, which I do think I have an idea for that spare and the other 4x4 posts that we still have left over. I will bring that up in a future video. But as you can see, there is a 10% off coupon currently, so you can get a discount on this. Let's go ahead and tally what we've spent so far. As you can see, without the 10% coupon, these are coming up at $12.25 per spike. So that would be $36.75 plus 10% off, of course. Okay, so we're adding these up without tax, but let's take that 10% off of this price. So $12.25, 10% off of that is going to bring the total down to $11.02 per spike. And since we're doing 3 of them, that's going to be a total of $33.06. So let's now add that to the cost of our 4x4s. As you saw, those 8-foot posts were $4.88 each. And since we bought 2, we're going to add $4.88 plus $4.88 plus $33.06 for a total of $42.82 currently. Hey everyone, I have a confession to make. I actually started editing this video over a week ago, but then I got sidetracked with other projects and just finally came back to it on Friday. And so I have been working for the past 24 hours on trying to finish this video for you. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because if I look extremely tired, I just wanted to apologize. I've been working on this one for the past 24 hours. It is currently 3 a.m., but I am determined to get this done because number one, I promised you guys this would be the next video that we would put out, but also the algorithm is expecting a video on Sunday. So like I said, it's currently 3 a.m. on Sunday. So I've been up all night trying to finish this, so I apologize for my appearance. But let's get back into adding up these receipts and seeing exactly how much we spent on this project. Be sure to stick around until the end because so many exciting things are happening right now, and we have so many projects that we are currently working on. So I want to run those by you guys and find out what you are excited about. Okay, so the next thing we need to talk about are the 1x4 boards that I used to do the horizontal planks. So originally I was going to get the regular 1x4s. If you look on the Lowe's website or in the app, right now they are currently $4.68 for an 8-foot board, and I knew that basically I would be cutting them in half. And I thought that it was going to take 10 planks on each side, which if you're cutting them in half, that just means 10 in general, right? So 10 8-foot planks would give me 20 4-foot sections, right? And I needed 10 for each side, 2 sides, you get it. So anyway, so 468 would have been the price, but when I walked into Lowe's and I saw the furring strips, it dawned on me that that is just as good. And with polyurethane and all of that, I'm going to protect it anyway. So I went with the furring strips instead. Um, there is a way to make sure, those can be very funky, but you do want to look at them and see just how crooked they are. We did have to go through several to find enough straight boards. And if you're buying it at a big box store like Lowe's or Home Depot, you definitely will have to dig through to get you some straight ones. But it's definitely worth it if you can find the straight boards and save a little bit of money that way. So we bought 10 of those at $2.98 each, is $29.80, right? I need a calculator. So anyway, that is all that we have invested for the wood. Now, I wanted black screws because, like I said, I like black metal. So I had the metal accents at the base, and then my 4x4s I did in that Kona color, which is super dark, so it makes it look almost black. So I've got my different blacks and metals mixed in there, right? So I also did black screws. So here are the screws that I used, and that was almost $8 for that pack. So let's get all of this added up. Okay, guys, let's do a quick recap over everything. So first of all, we started with those ground anchors or spikes for the 4x4s. That was essentially $12.25 each, but for 3 of them, and with the 10% off coupon, that was $11.02 each, which brought it to $33.06. And then next we spent $4.88 times 2 to purchase 2 of those 8-foot 4x4s. And then we cut those in half. Technically, we only used half of one of those, but I don't want to redo my math, so we'll just leave it for now. So that, of course, was another $9.76 added to the $33.06. So that brought our total to $42.82. Now remember, we did have 4x4s beforehand. So technically, if Art hadn't already used those on another project, we could have saved about $10 there. So if anyone else out there does have some of these products already on hand, just keep that in mind, that that is one way to keep your costs down. And as always, check Facebook Marketplace, or if you have a freebie group near you, those are always a great place to look. Okay, so now next after that, we went to the furring strips. So we did 10 on each side. They are approximately 4 foot wide. Of course, you'll want to measure and everything to figure out how much you need. But for this specific project, we used 10 of the 8-foot 1x4 furring strips. And that total for furring strips came to $29.80. Now, again, we probably had enough here on hand, but I didn't want to take away from what I already had for other projects. Plus, I wanted to show you guys exactly how much it would cost if you were doing this from scratch without any of these items on hand. So we spent $29.80 on that, and you add that to the $42.82. That brought our total up to, wait, I didn't add that together yet. Okay, and then the package of the black screws, that was $7.98. That's where I've added it together. So $42.82, $29.80, and $7.98 altogether was $80.60. So technically, that would have been the total cost for our project. But I did run out of, I had started out with the Jacobian stain for the 4x4s, but then I decided that I wanted to go darker. So I was actually at Home Depot one day when a customer told me that he had just seen the same paint that I was about to buy for half the price at Ollie's. So if you have an Ollie's near you, that's OLLIE', they actually have really great prices on paint and stain. So our Kona stain with polyurethane, that I picked up at Ollie's for $3.99. So let's add that to our $80.60, and that brought our complete total up to $84.59. So all in, we spent $84.59 on this project. So we did come in under budget because the most comparable privacy screens that I could find online are around $109 for the lowest priced ones. You can still find them for a lot more expensive, but most of them that are similar to what I built are going to be about $109. And like I said, a year ago, they were much higher than that. So that's where we sit right now. Now, I did add something extra to mine. If you might have noticed, I did get those solar deck caps and put those on there. So I'm going to include a link for that in the description if you would like to check those out. I did get them on Amazon, and I bought a 4-pack and I only used 3. I do have another place to use the 4th one for the 3. So it breaks down to $7.50 each for those solar caps. And so since I used 3 of them, that is $22.50. So now keep in mind, that is an extra add-on. All of those other kits that we could have bought, those did not come with lights, of course. So ours is actually a little bit of an upgrade. So when you add that $22.50 to our total cost of $84.59, you come to $107.09. So even at the lowest priced Amazon kit, two-panel kit, you're going to be at $109. Ours with the solar lights came to $107.09. So it was still a more affordable project, and I do believe ours is probably a lot more durable and going to hold up for a lot longer. So let me know what you guys think. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And I have so much more I want to share with you, but this video is already getting too long, so we will stop it here. But stay tuned because we have a lot that has happened just in the past few days since this year has started. We've got so much to share with you guys, and I just know you are going to love it. There is so much coming your way. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. But anyway, we will see you next time. And remember to go the second mile today for someone in your life and with your resources. See you soon.